What's up, you guys? 2KB updates back. If you guys are new, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm on the road to monetization. In this video, I'm going to be going over India. And yes, many of you guys do know what's happening there. They're undergoing a surge, and I'm going to hopefully explain how it's happening. But although I do want to point out, I'm not the best at explaining at explaining the situation because it's really bad right now. Yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and we get right into the video. So, as you guys know, India, let me search it out. India COVID. India has a lot of cases. They have 352,000, and they've been, I think every day they've been going up. 1 week. Yeah, this is a substantial increase day over day. And yeah, it's very unfortunate what's happening because with so many cases, hospitals get overwhelmed. And yeah, and as you guys can see from this map, the two states that are behind this surge are Maharashtra, which has Mumbai in it. That's basically where Mumbai is located. You have Uttar Pradesh. I think this is the most populous state in India, and you also have New Delhi. Rajasthan's also undergoing. This was a lot lower a couple weeks ago. That's really high. And you also have Chhattisgarh. I can't really pronounce that. Can you guys type in the chat how to pronounce that? I'm sorry. And yeah, there's only two places in India that, for their population density, are pretty low cases, and that is the Punjab and Haryana. These cases are pretty low, and also Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. These are the only few cases. You also have places in the east and the south. Their cases are pretty low, but the rest of India, especially central India, their cases are up right now. And explaining it is actually quite complicated because, I want to go back to the first surge. The first surge was very slow, went up and then it went down. It's like a roller coaster. And the reason that surge happened was this was when travel, usually travel, I believe, is causing most of these surges. Most people like to travel to India during the months of June through December, right? Because that's like holy events for Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims, and that's why I believe that during the months of summer, the surge is happening then because that's where more people are gathering. And then you also, the months of between December and February, with the exception of a couple of holidays, there wasn't much stuff to do during that time. And then during the months of March and April, you have the river Ganges. I think that that's like a what you call a Hindu holiday, and you also have Holi. Um, you also have many other Sikh holidays too, like Vaisakhi, and that's more people gather. That's how cases surge more, right? And cases are up all over India. And yeah, I think gatherings for religious events are partly a cause, but again, I don't know because India does require a negative COVID test before you go to these events. So the surge is very baffling because it's hard to explain. Like Maharashtra, this was before you see these huge numbers. At the time of 126,000 cases, this was the most like amount of cases throughout India. Like places like Uttar Pradesh, where their cases weren't that high. New Delhi didn't have any cases at all. Punjab was also, their cases were basically the same. And in Haryana, their cases are a bit higher. But yeah, I'm really baffled. But I do understand that India is more densely populated and there's more room for infection. But I am a little bit confused. And I'm more confused about the death rate. Although what's going on in India is terrible, this death rate is pretty low. I think it is a little bit higher though, but yeah, because India is a very big place, and there's a lot of places where I think this happens all over the world, but some place like especially like in places with the most cases, like the United States, there are some people that do get COVID and it doesn't get tracked. So you honestly never know. And as for these travel bans in India, I don't think that's such a good idea because it's more encouraging to just urge residents to leave India, right, if they're there, than to ban them from coming into your country, which is why New Zealand, this small nation right here, yes, they do have low COVID cases. they banned people coming from India. Same for Italy. Same for places like the UK. I don't think that's a good idea because it just discourages residents from leaving India, and that gives them more time to get infection, which isn't great. Um, and yeah, and partly due to a surge is whatchamacallit. I'm gonna search up the United States COVID. This may help. During the time of November, this was like election time. The cases did go up, because people were supporting the candidates, and I don't think that's part of the surge because it didn't go up like that much, but it was up. But yeah, people gathering. I guess that's how they say that it spreads. That's gonna do it. So a recap. This video is just talking about India's surge, explaining. Um, they have a lot of cases, and I actually wanted to show you guys something. In total of worldwide, uh, right, majority of these cases are driven to India's surge, and I hope that it gets under control. I hear that CEOs from Google and Microsoft are donating. That's going to be great, and I hope that other countries too do donate because we want every country to not get this many cases, and that includes the United States. At one point, the United States was greater than I think this, so I do hope that countries do donate to India and help them get under control because if they get under control, then the rest of the world will be able to not worry about the mutations. And yeah, so this surge again is driven by mostly India, and because I'm not blaming India because they're a big country and the mostly densely populated countries, with the exception of China, they've been getting the most COVID cases. So I hope India is able to, or I hope the cases come down there, and I hope you guys stay safe if you're watching this in India. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and let's all pray so that this situation doesn't happen to the United States, Brazil, or anyone else again. And I hope people send aid to India because if their cases are this high, then other parts of the world are going to get more cases. So, yeah, send aid and have a good day.